Marty, you're gonna love this story, and my editor is gonna love this afterwards because we're gonna have to put this up because this is like another one that we didn't get to during the main part of the conversation. Canada sees surge in temporary foreign workers applying to escape abusive employers. So what are they advocating for? They're advocating to take temporary work permits and make them open so that these workers can leave these abusive relationships that they came all the way from overseas to have, and then go apply for other jobs elsewhere in the market. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. Vulnerable worker open work permit lets those whose status in Canada is tied to a single employer to leave abusive jobs and apply for an open permit. Marty, the whole point of these temporary worker visas was based on the labor assessment and because an employer couldn't find somebody in Canada to fill that position, and they've tried and they couldn't fill that position, that they're allowed to get this temporary foreign worker permit and give it to someone from overseas. They're just throwing that all in our face as if that wasn't the whole logic and the reasoning from the get-go.
It's the same with students. Like, all they want to do is get a foot in this country, and once they're in, they'll never leave. And same thing, yeah, we have to leave. We had to let in these students in because the universities can't survive without the students. The students aren't going to school. They're in, but they're not going to school. And so where are the students? What are they doing? So your argument, the government's argument that we had to let in students because it subsidizes the schools is bullshit. Because, you talk to Darshan, we talk to, you can see it in the stats. They're not even in school. They're not even in school.
No, they're not going to school. They're coming in, and it's just whatever they can get into the door. And like Milton Friedman said, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary government measure. And this is the thing. So they create all these temporary things. The whole idea of temporary is just absurd. It's on its face. They're here to stay. They're coming here. They're going to figure out whatever they can. If their path to permanent residency doesn't work, they apply for refugee status. And this is the thing. And this is what's been happening. That's another thing that Darshan's been absolutely reporting on. Now, he's
taking a break, Darshan? I haven't seen any of his stuff. I think he announced that he was taking a break, like a couple of weeks off or something.
Well, good for him. He deserves it. He's been working overtime. But here's Kirk Lubimov saying, here's the Mark Carney Liberals' plan for mass immigration into Canada, and it should alarm everyone. Temporary students will be an extra 1.733 million people. That's 1.7 million people in 3 years, and will start growing again in 2027. That's not very far away, folks. It sounds so far away, but we're halfway through 2025 right now. Permanent residents will be an extra 1.14 million on top of the other ones, with growth in French speakers, mostly from sub-Sahara, that's Africa, into small communities outside of Quebec. Welcome. Refugees will grow by 168,000 people because while we have a record homeless in Canada, we need to spend billions on housing foreigners. We're planning to replace over 2% of the Canadian population with foreigners every year. How long until Canada is no longer Canada? Like, seriously. And the numbers are all here. He always has receipts. It's just absolutely ridiculous. This is their plan. And they're going straight forward with this Century Initiative crap. That's, we're gonna make Canada 100 million people in a decade. It's crazy.
That's not even a reduction. It's not even a slowdown. It's business as usual. They say one thing and then they do that, and it's a totally different thing. And those are their target numbers. They still let in more than that. Like that's just a target. That means nothing. It's like, we'll make the public feel good. We're only letting in 1 million people, but then they turn around and they let in 2. So if you like, our population growth is at like 3%. That's insane. It's completely insane.
It's unsustainable. We can't do it. No. We absolutely can't do it. And there's no houses for them. And here's the interesting thing is less people are willing to come to Canada anymore. That's the interesting thing is, like, less people are actually coming here. Like there are people still coming here, but not at the same frequency and not at the same caliber of people. Like people who have a genuine interest in having a successful future, a lot less of those people are coming, and more people are just looking to take advantage of the situation. In Canada, they heard about, oh, you could get 80K a year if you just come and file a refugee claim. Okay, don't have to work, just got to live in that cold country that sucks. Like that's really where it's gone to. And to your point, that they say that they're going to bring these numbers down, and they make the announcements that these numbers are going to come down. Darshan pointed out the last time he was on the show that the reductions are reductions in perceived increases. So they've made reductions to the increases that they said they were going to do. So when they say we're making a 25% reduction, it means they're putting, instead of like going up by, you know, X percent, they reduce that percentage upwards by 25%, which means only a quarter of what they were going to increase it will be reduced. That's the numbers. That's how that works. We can't survive like that.
No.
Thanks for tuning in. This is actually a smaller clip from a larger conversation that took place on the channel. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description down below. We'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.